Labor Law of Cambodia, 1997, Labor Advisory Committee. Chapter 15. The Labor Advisory Committee. Article 351, a Labor Advisory Committee shall be formed under the Ministry in charge of Labor. It consists of the Minister in charge of Labor, or his representative, who is the chairperson. A number of representatives of relevant ministries. The equal number of representatives from the workers' unions that are the most representative at the national level, and of representatives from the employers' organizations that are the most representative at the national level. It elects 2 vice-chairpersons, one from among the workers' representatives and the other from among the employers' representatives. Article 352, the composition and functions of the Labor Advisory Committee shall be determined by an Anukret sub-decree. Article 353, the Labor Advisory Committee must meet at least twice per year. However, it can be convoked at any time by the Minister in charge of Labor at his own initiative or at the request of one of the vice-chairpersons. The chairperson sets the agenda of each session of the Labor Advisory Committee in consultation with the vice-chairpersons. Article 354, the Labor Advisory Committee shall have a permanent secretariat, which is under the charge of the Ministry in charge of Labor. Article 355, at the request of the chairperson or of one of the vice-chairpersons, duly qualified officers or prominent figures who are competent primarily in the areas of economics, medicine, social or cultural matters can be invited to attend the meetings of the Labor Advisory Committee for consultations. Article 356, the post of member of the Labor Advisory Committee is unpaid. The employer whose worker is a member of the Labor Advisory Committee is required to give the worker the necessary time to attend the meetings. This meeting period is paid as normal work time and considered as such for the calculation of seniority and the right to take leave. The workers who are members of the Labor Advisory Committee are subject to the same protection granted by this law to union stewards and union leaders. Article 357. The Labor Advisory Committee has the mission primarily to study problems related to labor, the employment of workers, wages, vocational training, the mobility of labor force in the country, migrations, the improvement of the material and moral conditions of workers, and the matter of labor health and safety. The Labor Advisory Committee has the following duties: formulate recommendations on the guaranteed minimum wage. Render advice beforehand in order to extend the scope of a collective agreement or, if there is no collective agreement, give advice eventually on any regulation concerning the conditions of employment in a given profession or in a certain sector of activity. Article 358, participation of the Kingdom of Cambodia in activities of the International Labour Organization shall be in consultations with representatives of employers and workers who are members of the Labor Advisory Committee.